The market trades sideways as we await the next move. Is it building energy for higher? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in last week's video, we talked about the fact that the market had pulled back on Thursday, breaking some support, but then on Friday was unable to give us that 4-5 and floated higher, and then consolidated on Monday, setting up for one more push higher. Does this mean we're pushing directly to all-time highs? I'll get into that in just 1 second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so we did get the strong pullback on Thursday, but on Friday they were unable to follow through, and on Monday they consolidated. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500, and I've been talking for a while now that this up move is in a diagonal format, and this last move gave us a clear indication that it was overlapping. I said this move from this low to this high was a diagonal, and the straight sell-off back to the origination point of that diagonal is a strong signal of that, which tells us this ending diagonal and this push up was likely the end of wave 3. So 5 of 3 was an ending diagonal. You get wave 4 down, and now we're pushing up in wave 5. And so what we're looking at is two potentials, with the most likely, I think, being that we head up for one more high. The 1.0 of this ABC up would be the 4660 area. So you'd have your A, B, C up to that area, 4660, which would give us the final push higher into resistance, and then I would look for us to start the bigger pullback from there. So that would be, in my opinion, the most likely scenario to finish off the move. And what you should see at that point is another pretty strong selling move down that breaks support. And what they're going to want to come down and do is break through this wave 4 here at around 45.96, and then ultimately down here through this one at 45.53. Breaking through this and then down under this 45.30 area would be a strong indication that the top is in and we have begun the pullback. But until we see that break of support, the target is 46.60 to the high side. Now, it is possible that, on Thursday we did get either an A or a wave 1 down. I would personally call it an A wave based on structure. And this is B. And then you'd look for a C, and this would be the start to a bigger pullback where this would be like the A leg of A. And then you get an A, B, C up for B. And then you get a C wave down, and that would be A. And then you get a bigger B wave and a bigger C wave that would take us down toward the 43, 4400 area, and a bigger wave 4 of 3. And that count would take us to new all-time highs eventually. So we would look for that bigger pullback into 43, 44, and then back up for 5 of 3, and then we'd see 4 and 5 after that. So that would be the idea for that move. But overall, I do expect a move to a new high, the 1.0, as I said, at 46.60, and then a pullback from there. Over on the NASDAQ, again, the NASDAQ has a slightly different count. This could have definitely been wave 3 and a bigger wave 4, but it's unlikely breaking this wave 4 support, as well as the overall move up is really ugly off of this low where you have this A, B, C for A, and then you have a B wave that comes all the way back down, and then you'd be looking at C up. If they were going to follow suit to the upside and break out over this high, I do think it would be pretty muted. They would have to stretch to the 1382 at 16,101.75. I think that would be the target for the move up. So just a slightly higher high if they can get one on NASDAQ. But again, this very ugly formation here does not indicative of an up move. And if it is an up move, you should see very strong selling after it tops, as any corrective formation that takes us up there does lead to strong selling on the backside of it. So same type of setup on both charts where ES could push to a decent new high at 46.60, but ENQ could get anomaly new high at 16,101, and then we look for strong selling in both instances off of those areas. So if the NASDAQ does elect to push down, it does still have a pretty solid 5-wave move down, okay? And then we'd have a bigger wave 2 up here. But this move to here does look corrective. This W shape here does look corrective to the downside, so you'd want to see at least another high and then a move down. But NASDAQ does have a 1-2 setup, so we can see how that plays out. But ultimately, I do think a little bit higher on both charts. If the NASDAQ can stretch to 16,101, that's about as far as I think they're going. And then we would look for a pullback from there. So basically the same setup on both charts where we're looking for strong selling after they move a little bit higher. and then down from there. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link and it'll take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans as well as our Elliott Wave for Beginners course. The course is a la carte and it is 25 videos where I break down the setup and mindset, your chart setup and tools, as well as the Elliott Wave for Beginners course at the bottom. We go over everything for why Elliott Wave works and getting your mindset correct on how it works, the chart setup, and every tool you need to understand when tops and bottoms are coming and how to target them, as well as the Elliott Wave for Beginners course, where I break down each wave, its failure points, and how it sets up to give you the targets that we have in these videos. The really cool part about the course is it is included in both monthly membership plans. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over everything we see on the charts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. It's something you kind of have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, the key takeaways for today. We are approaching the end of this move up, in my opinion. I do think we can see one more high toward that 4660 area on the ES, and then down from there. This sell-off here is a strong indication of a start. So the wave 4 here, this ending diagonal coming down, then wave 5 up, and then we would look for strong selling from there. If they can hold under, I do believe it would be a corrective move down, and we would look for a bigger pullback toward the 4400 area and a wave 4 of 3. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of setup, although the NASDAQ is a little bit weaker overall, so it may not make another high, but if they can stretch it to 16,101, that's about where I would expect it to hit, and then we would look for a turn from there to the downside. However, if they can stay under the high, they do have a 1-2 setup that can push lower on the NASDAQ. Guys, that is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.